Hello friends! Welcome back for more of Malcolm, Chapter 13, Locker 2135 up. I have decided I am just going to read half of each chapter so I don't overwhelm you with super long videos. To recap, last week Malcolm was listening in on the academy meeting and he fell into the meeting, so he's not looking too good. So we'll have to read today to find out what Locker 2135 is. Hopefully we figure it out. "You can't let that get you down," Amelia said the next day. It had taken her nearly 15 minutes to unwind the sandwich bag twist ties the academy had used to secure Malcolm's cage. That was an accident. It could have happened to anyone. Malcolm locked his coffee black eyes with Amelia's. She tried to squash a smile. "Well, okay, maybe not anyone, but it still wasn't your fault," Amelia continued. "Now more than ever, you need to find out what happened to Aggie. If they all think it's you, well, then they're looking in the wrong direction. They'll never find her." Malcolm wished he had Amelia's conviction. It was like how getting your homework done first thing after school sounds good during the school day, but gets so complicated outside the classroom. Malcolm let out a tiny sigh and took another bite of cinnamon Pop-Tart. Amelia was right about one thing. He owed it to Aggie. She had believed in Malcolm, too. So that night, Malcolm made his way out of room 11 again. This time he was looking for a locker. Amelia had already scouted it out. It was down on the first floor across from the art room and the old girls' gym. 2131, 2132, 2133, 2134, 2135. Malcolm sat back on his haunches and peered up. The locker looked like any other locker. Or did it? Malcolm stretched up on his hind legs. This locker's bottom vents were bent and warped. From one too many kicks, maybe. Whatever the reason, it was big enough for an undersized rat to squeak through. Malcolm wiggled. His hind end stuck for a moment. Too much peanut butter? Then he was through. His right leg caught a little, and Malcolm found himself falling with a thud to the bottom of the locker. It was dark inside, dark and smelly. Malcolm's nose wrinkled at the old gym clothes that he had fallen into. He vehemently, which means with passion, hoped that he hadn't landed in what Nutters called underwear. Malcolm untangled himself and found himself crunching atop an old Doritos bag. What was so special about this locker anyways? It was as messy as the insides of Skylar's desk. Malcolm snuffled in a pile of old math worksheets. But wait now, something thick and heavy was tucked under there. Malcolm flipped back the papers. They whirled around and he ducked and covered his ears. Rats' ears are very tender when it comes to paper cuts. When the paper settled, what Malcolm saw caused the first grin to spread on his face since he had been banished from the Midnight Academy. It was a cell phone with the words, "Property of V. Brumble, Clearwater School District," etched on the side of it. Malcolm had found the phone that Jessie had stolen. But if Tank and Polly had been using it last night, what was it doing here? And then Malcolm saw on the side of the locker. Ooh. Do you remember this from last time? What does that one mean? This was an academy niche, a safe spot, complete with the grumble of the Brumble's stolen cell phone. Tank and Polly must have made it back all right last night then. Malcolm breathed a sigh of relief. Of course, a niche is only safe if you are on the same team as the academy. Malcolm knew that. Was this some kind of trap, or did Oscar want Malcolm to find the niche and the phone? And then Malcolm remembered. "We think you not a rat." The rat part aside for a moment, who was we? Could it be that Jessie and Billy were trying to help him too? Or Polly and Tank? Had they left him the phone? As Malcolm pondered this, he noticed something else. A pipe the width of a jump rope handle running up the length of the locker. Not every critter could scale it, but a rat is meant for climbing. Up. How far did it go? Only one way to find out. Malcolm sucked in his stomach and scuttled up the pipe. Malcolm climbed through the floor of the third floor and into the girls' bathroom. Clearly not used in some time, and still the pipe continued. Malcolm took a deep breath and followed the pipe through to the fourth floor. Here, Malcolm peeped out around the pipe. Not a locker, not a bathroom. Malcolm was in a radiator heating vent, and from what he could see, it was the same radiator heating vent he had listened to Aggie, Honey Bunny, Jessie, and Billy through the last time he was up here. Only now he was under it, in a space so small that not even if a cat was lurking, she would ever be able to reach. In other words, it was perfect, a perfect way to get up to the 4th floor without anyone, such as a violent horse cat, knowing. As Malcolm silently thanked Oscar, he peered out, dark, except for the glow of the exit signs. Malcolm would have to rely on his nose. He wished again that his whiskers were long. Why did he always chew them down right before he really needed them? And there he is, under the vent. All right, you will have to tune in tomorrow to see what he finds up on the 4th floor. Maybe he has another run-in with Snip. Let's hope not.